Oh, okay. I'm sitting here talking away, not even knowing you're not even hearing me. Sorry about that. Let me start all over again. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of LANCESCURV Show. This is kind of toward the end of my day. I'm winding down, and I said, let me do things a little different. Sorry about the delay. I'm here. Yes, it seems like more and more there is more stuff being put out there about aliens, and it's no joke. The government knows something. They know more than what they're letting on to, and they say that, well, it's kind of leaked out that we're not going to share too much because of the fact that the people might panic. But if you hold it back and they finally find stuff out and if nothing's good about it, they're going to panic even more. I want to play something first that you can hear, and hopefully it'll come through. I want you to, well, let me actually share it if I can on the share screen. And I want to play this and I want you to hear it. You probably heard this already before, but I'm going to play this from Tucker Carlson and from the redacted social media platform that really presents news that you're not going to hear in the mainstream. And I listen to them a lot, but you have to take things with a grain of salt. I'm going to play this. Let me know if you can hear it. And after this, we'll roll and we'll have a little discussion before it gets dark over here. Here we go.
The second thing that bothers me is the UFO story. And, the more you dig into that and talk to people with actual knowledge of it, again, that's another story where there are some, fanciful ideas floating around that are just, there's no evidence that they're true. But if you talk to people who, have actual knowledge of it, that they gathered themselves, there are parts of that story that I do not understand at all that are really, really dark. It's so dark that I, have told my wife about it. I mean, I haven't verified any of this, but this is not just stuff that I read on the internet. I know you all are very, very grounded in that story. So I think I know, what I'm talking about. Yeah. But there's some stuff there that's just like, man, I'm not even sure what that means. There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand. So yes, that story bothers me. And I think last thing I'll say that one of the reasons that we've had all these disclosures and all of these, 10 whistleblowers at this point, and it hasn't really become front page news. Part of it's suppression. Parts of the government don't want you to know about it, but part of it is the public can't deal with it. It's too far out. The implications are too profound. And so, and I understand that because I've heard things where I'm just like, oh man, I don't even really want to know that. Honestly,
deeply disturbing stuff. Forget like saucers and technology. It's deeply disturbing stuff that I haven't even told Natalie. Yep. I agree with you. It's so disturbing. Exactly. I can't even tell my kids. My kids ask me different stories about it, and I won't say it because it's so dark. It's so dark.
I totally agree.
Miles is watching. So.
Okay, Miles, if you're watching the show, Daddy's not going to tell you about that part of the UFO stuff and what's going on with the government.
Can I say one thing? They've known clearly. I mean, this is, I think, established, and I feel comfortable saying this as fact. The U.S. government, I mean, these are real, whatever they are. They're not human. And the government has known that for a long time, possibly going back to the 1930s at least. And of course, there's tons of evidence in the written record, in the physical record, in paintings, and in literature that people have been seeing and interacting with these things for a long time. So we know that. But the justification one often hears is, well, the government, various presidents who have been read in, not all have been, haven't wanted to disclose this because it would scare people. And I've always thought that's bullshit. You're hiding a crime, which they are, by the way, in my opinion. But I do think there's a sense in which that's not totally crazy. Like there is some stuff, if it's true, and I'm kind of thinking it may be true, that's so radical that, well, as we both said, we don't want to tell the people we love most about it because, like, why would you, disturb someone like that? So I kind of get that. I hate to admit it. I'm not arguing for hiding things. I believe in the truth and I believe in disclosure, but I understand the impulse. Like, holy smokes, this is heavy. You know what I mean?
And the government's involvement in it makes it even heavier because then you realize the complicity.
Exactly.
Things got to be jacked up if Tucker Carlson is messed up about it. Because he's a guy who prides himself on being a truth teller. You understand? So the bottom line is that by saying yes or no, Y or N, do you believe there is something that they're hiding, something that is not of this world or this realm? or this dimension, it doesn't have to look like what you see on the screen, right? But do you believe that there's something that the government knows that they're not telling us, and or just something else, right? We don't know. I don't know. I'm only speculating, right? I'm only speculating. That's all I can do. But now let me just do something a little different here. But yeah, is it real or is it Memorex? Welcome to my balcony, everybody. Still under construction, but I want to start doing some shows out here. And on the first one, I wanted to be able to ask that question, right? Got to get the camera and the fuzz and everything right, the focus and everything, but pretty much this is what it is, right? I was looking through the comments section of that particular video, and I got to do something here. Let me turn this down, right? But there were a lot of points brought up, and there's a few points that I brought up, and I'm really like far away from the chat room. So, I'm just, if you think I'm ignoring you, I'm not. I just want to get into this zone, hang out here for a little while, and I'm going to come back live again later on because I got a lot to do. And if my shirt's dirty, I've been doing some work, but I said, let me come out here and do a little something live. And I'm going to probably do this on the regular. Okay. But let me look up at the camera, right? I'm looking at the screen, but the camera's here. So I got to get used to this, right? There's some spooky stuff going on out here in the world, y'all. And they're not telling us. And I'm not afraid. I'm going to look at the comment section in a second, but if you think there's something out there that is not of this world, not of this dimension, I'd like to hear your opinion about it. So if you see this as a video that's uploaded after the live, still leave your comments. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's like so much ready to bust, so much ready to be revealed. And when it happens, how are people going to take it? Right? There is something. Too many of us and too many of our grandmothers, too many of us, too many of our friends seen things, felt things. I'm going to give you a modified version of what I feel it is, which is the same, but it's just a little more. Because I'm really into, how could I put it? I'm really cut off from the outside world a whole lot now. I have a lot of time to myself, a lot of time to meditate, a lot of time to think about my life, a lot of time to detox off of the crazy stuff and the rat race and the mental stuff that we are so distracted. And then we do it to ourselves too. We clog up our mind with so much. We put so much in our head that's unnecessary. Maybe this is unnecessary. I don't know. But there's something definitely out here. And what do I feel? I spoke about it a while ago. I spoke about CERN, the CERN collider, the collider with atoms that is supposed to find the God particle and possibly rip through the fabric into another dimension to release demonic forces onto the earth. Call me crazy. I was saying that years ago. I said they do something like that and open into another dimension, which they'll tell you one thing, right? But it's always something else. And they've been trying this, from the 60s, up in Switzerland, right? I mean, structure's so huge and they spend so much money on this. Why? We have the stereotypical with the flying saucers and the aliens with the eyes. That's why I put it on the banner, because that's the accepted thing that we think it is, right? But being said, it's more to it than that for me. It's not just something from another planet who's coming around, flying around. And like they said, they were very, very afraid and frightened to even talk about it. These are supposed to be the guys that are the truth tellers. These are supposed to be the guys that are not afraid to talk. Well, on any platform, they're on YouTube, they're going to get shut down. Redacted has its own platform, just like London Real. I admire that man. What's his name? Not Brian Rose. I don't know. Brian something. But he knows what time it is. But it takes a lot of money to set up even your own independent thing to that level, right? But I learned a lot from watching that platform, and I want to go in that direction because they're going to shut this internet down, filter it out, keep certain people off. They're already doing it. And it's going to be very hard to even say. They give you this thing. We get relaxed with it. We don't have to buy our calling card no more, but we have WhatsApp and we speak freely. They give us the internet. We don't have to write letters anymore. Do we even need the postal service anymore? We can text, we can FaceTime, we can do all these different things. But that being said, to me, it's something from another dimension. These things are amongst us and we don't see them. I feel that. And we have what they call supernatural things happening. And people who have these spiritual experiences, I feel that it has something to do with that. Not aliens per se, but these beings. And I do feel some may be bad and some that are already here may be good. I do believe in the spirit world that we do have some type of protection, but we have to be right and we have to be connected to it by the way we live, right? And just like what they say, I'm not even talking about Christmas or whatever, but they say in the which I connected with that. They know when you are sleeping. They know when you're awake. They know when you are bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. I'm not talking about Santa Claus. And yeah, Satan, he knows, he watches the negative. But there's also good that looks out for us. There is good out here, and there is hope for us who are good. It's not like, oh, we're going to be eaten up by aliens. They're going to take us somewhere. No, I'm not walking around in no fear. I'll walk around all up in the dark, up in the mountains and all. I'm getting crazy, y'all. I'm on some different stuff now. I don't even want to be in the city. I went to the city today, and I felt nauseous. Yeah, this is not even the United States, but we still have, I don't know. This is my world right here. And so I don't deal with too many people. So when I go around, I can feel. When I'm walking down the road by myself, I can feel. I'm detoxing more and more. And I love it. I'm feeling more myself. Things come to me easier than they did before. I'm not clogged up as much as I used to. We're all clogged up. We all need some type of spiritual X-lax, right? But there are things around us, of course. Where do you go when you transition? We don't know. I couldn't come back and tell you that. We have an idea. We know that this body is not it. But I do feel at this particular time that there are things around us, good and bad. And something's about to jump off. That's why I said in the banner, the new norm. Let me put this up again for those who just came in. I'm grabbing the wrong mouse. What is wrong with me? This thing don't have me shook like that. Yeah, look at that. People walking around. But you know what? This is the way it is right now. This is the way it is right now. But we don't see it. Separate from a human body. Because we have that already. We have evil people walking amongst us. They might as well be that. Because they are that. But they might be that nice, shapely woman that you want to get a date with. It might be that handsome gentleman that you admire on the job. And they're demonic. It's not a good thing for the most part here. What am I hearing? I talk with a lot of people. And a lot of them say, well, you know what? We are vessels. That's what I've been hearing a lot about us being vessels. And they say that in the Bible about us being vessels. Vessels for what? We better start asking some questions, because when things pop off, trust me, nobody's going to be ready. We're not going to be ready. Just for the realization and seeing it for what it is, we're not going to be ready. And so while we have our peace, while we have our tranquility, while we have our sanity, we can prepare and dig deeper and go by our gut. We got to stop being so influenced. And that sounds hypocritical because I'm sitting here getting things in, but I process them. So I'm not going to run and jump off this railing on this balcony and fall and break my neck. No, but I'm going to process it, and everything has to add up. Number one, there is something that we're not being told about. There is something that we're feeling, and I do feel it's a multifaceted energy that's around us, and there is a harvest. We're vessels. I believe, and I'm going to say it, I'm going to go out on a whim to make myself look stupid. And people think this guy's losing his mind up in the mountains up there. But I've said things before. I'm not going to say it's come true, but I'm not afraid to speak my mind. There's good and there's evil. And our souls, to me, we're food. We're energy and we're food for something. When you grow crops, vegetables, you grow them and you go back for the harvest. What if this earth is a big farm and our souls are the harvest and something is coming back to come and reap what they sowed? But there's more to it than that. I don't think all of us are fit to be the harvest if we live a clean life. I feel those who are deep into the decadence, those are the ones who are food for the evil faction of what we don't see. There's a good faction of what we don't see. They come for us. We get separated. I'm going on gut feeling. I'm bearing my soul in what I think. I'm not going to say, well, I'll hold on to this for a little while because they're going to think I'm crazy. Half of y'all think I'm nuts anyway. So it's not going to change, right? But I feel that this is the push, and this is why we have a social media that pushes decadence to keep us there, to keep us appetizing for the harvest. Go on and live your alternative lifestyles. Go on and live your drunken, low-down, hateful lifestyles. Because that's what we want to eat. And we've been released on the face of the earth, even more so because it's time for the harvest. Sodom and Gomorrah 2024. All you can eat. For those entities that see us as food, the vessels that we are, containing all types of evil, all types of decadence, all types of wayward stuff, diametrically opposed as to what we're supposed to do. There's a time and place for everything. There's been times I haven't walked the straight and narrow. Within the confines of what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to live, I'm still a freak. But I'm not going to be a freak to make it where I'm going with the bad side. I'm doing it properly. Like when you go into a country, like Biden has opened up the borders, and I didn't know with so many people coming in. People say, well, what's the problem? Everybody came to America. We're not the natives. Some say they are. But guess what? When it's Haitian folks come into America, they get them out. These people, oh, we'll have a court date. Go on. You people, go ahead. The music, the things that are being exposed, the pastors that are getting busted, the entertainers, y'all know who I'm talking about. All of this stuff is coming out. It won't even matter. Because when we find out what's really going on, that stuff won't matter. We got our own dirt to deal with. We got our own stuff to clean up. So when it comes time to saying, and what the heck is that on my head? Do you see that little, oh, that's the reflection, but am I an alien? Wait a second. Do you see that? Wait a second. I got a light in front of me. Let me correct that. That looks funny. I got to readjust these lights. Hold on one second. I'm going to keep talking. Yeah, the wind chime. I just saw what you said, Indigo. Welcome on in, brother. Yeah, I got to tone this light down. Let me tone this light down. Let me tone something down here. I got dots on my head. Look at him talking about aliens. He's one. He's misleading us. No, I'm not. Let me see how this looks. Is that a little better? Yeah. I might have to walk back. People talking about, somebody text me, man, it's a green screen. No, it ain't. Ain't no green screen. I just got some funny looking shorts that are dirty. I have to walk back and show you it ain't no green screen. I'll do that in a second. But yeah, I think it's very sinister, and it's something that we could never comprehend because we've been lulled into sleep. We've been lulled into a sleep. Yeah, it's not so bad now. It's just a reflection. I put a light in front of me because the sun's going to go down soon. It's 6:06. The sun's going to go down soon, and it's going to be dark back there. And if I didn't have this light, even when it was bright, I'm faced in. If I went out, if I did this early and flipped around when the sun is coming up, I'm going to do a show and show you the sunrise and how beautiful it looks. And this is only a partial, view. But like I said, things are not finished, and they will be. It'll be a little project, slowly but surely. But I said, today I'm going to come out because I did a lot of work yesterday out here. And it was beautiful at night. I ain't going to lie, And that's part of my meditation. This is part of what I wanted. This is part of how I wanted to live and to be, see, Miami aliens, right? That's funny, for real. But it's something, y'all. And when you do right to the people around you, do right for yourself, stay true to yourself. Try to improve every single day, more than what you did the day before. Things can happen, but there's no fear here. There's no fear. Yeah, you're right, Dark Migo. It's demons. Yeah, demonic. And people will say, oh, you're talking about religious stuff. There's good and evil in the world, y'all. What does it look like? There are things amongst us that we can't see. Even the insects, they communicate in ways that we couldn't even comprehend. They talk to each other. The birds talk to each other. Everything in nature, they talk to each other. I can prove that here, not right here and now, but I watch these different insects and I see them and I don't bother them and I watch them. And for them to move in unison like they do, they have to have a way of communicating. But because we think that we speak and we're bigger and we're the highest creatures on the earth, don't think that they don't have abilities that we can't comprehend. I mean, we can't speak every language in the world now, can we? And that's just amongst humans, HUE-MAN. But what about these insects, these animals? How do they survive? You think they can't communicate with each other? I'll tell you a funny story. A few nights ago, there was a dog barking. And he was out in the front of the house, but he was looking right at the house. Right? And he kept barking. He couldn't see me. And then his eyes looked like something was walking, and then he followed it, barking, and he would stop and then he would run away and come back, and then he kept. I'm like, what is he seeing? Then I'm tooling around on social media, and I started looking at cats and the history and how they have an ability to see things, which I know for a fact. I've had cats all my life. Not now, maybe soon. And I've observed them sometimes. From a kid, just watched them. And he start. You know what I mean? I know you've seen this before. If you've been around cats, you like cats. They see things. Why can't we see things? We can see things, but we have removed ourselves from that plane and that realm because of our lower vibrational desires and indulgences. Even when we talk righteous and we say the right words and we say things and we look righteous to the world, but we're just as evil as anything can be, manipulative as anything could be. We can fool the world because most of the world is blind anyway. But somebody with a discerning spirit can look at a person, not just look at them. Sometimes it's multi-layers. I've been fooled. Look, I'm going to say it. I was speaking to a young lady. I'm not going to mention her name. She's coming out here to Ghana to move in a couple of weeks. She was fooled by the same person. You know Dr. K. I won't say the name because I'm scared. But I was his biggest cheerleader. He had me fooled. And I'm really watching this man and I'm like, this guy's the real thing. You found out what he did. There are other people who you won't see anymore here. Not everybody, but there's some who it's like, really? So the more I can focus not just on me, but get within myself and not have to be bothered. I don't listen. The chairs reflect in all kind of funny ways. I'll deal with that. You know what I mean? I'll deal with that tomorrow. Oh, you know what it is? I know what I got to do. Let me do something here. That's kind of distracting me. Let me do something here. I know exactly what that is. I know exactly. Okay, let me take this off. I don't need that. Okay. Nope. I don't want that. I want the real thing. I get the real thing. There's something here. Okay, none. That might be better. That might be better. Let me see something here. Okay, let me take it off of here. This might be better or even worse. It's a little better. Yeah, okay. I had the setting wrong on it for when I do have the green screen. I took that off. Now you see everything a little better. Okay, you live and you learn, right? Thank you. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, being fooled. And we had a lengthy conversation. It was a text, back and forth text, a couple of voicemails and stuff like that. And, oh, wow. When I saw Maureen, it kind of reminded me of my friend Maureen. I was talking about her the other day, the one who paid this time last year, and I spoke about her. Yes, yeah, animals can things we can't. Let me put this across the screen. Neighbor's dog was howling on. Yeah. Now, when I hear the dogs in the middle of the night, there's some dogs that are owned by people who live close by. There's some that live far away and they come. You know, it's free for all. This is Africa. It's not like this subdivision where they go where they want to go. You hear them on the other side of the mountain. Ooh. And I've learned when they're talking to each other, I've learned like, okay, they're howling at each other, because then you can usually hear far away. Ooh, and they can hear that. Then there's the barks that when they see an animal, because out here, if you want to walk from here way over to the other side, and it's just a hill, this is not the top of the mountain. If I could show you how high we are, these are clouds coming through here at night. We got all kind of things running around. And it's for different situations. When they bark at other dogs, or a person walks through down the street. But when it's something else, they're tentative because they see it. And you're right, Maureen. You're right. And they bark different according to different situations. So sometimes I'm laying down in the bed and they like this is something unwelcome, like when they see. And I saw this thing, the dog, and whatever it was walking down. I told you the story maybe 2 or 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago, maybe 4. Time is flying so fast, I can't tell you the exact time. But I told you about the young lady who was came up on my property in front of the house, and she was just looking inside. But because of the street light outside, she was silhouetted, and I saw her form. And I was on this floor, and I always move my stuff. Of course, I move my equipment. I'm outside now. I move it inside, I move it upstairs, I move it downstairs, I move it everywhere. So she couldn't really see me because my computer was sideways and my windows are tinted. You know, we're in different phases of construction, so certain things not up yet. So I said, before I get up and go, let me sit there for a while, because it was dark. I like walking around in the dark. I never liked that, but I'm so relaxed where I am. I love darkness at night. Floodlights all around, darkness and then in the inside, because I can see. It gives me the advantage. So I sat there for about 2 minutes, 90 seconds to 2 minutes. She didn't move. It was like a cardboard cutout. She was just, what is this? I didn't even know if it was human or not. So I got up, and like the cat, when they go up and they sneak up on you, I didn't just wiggle my behind. You know what I mean? I just walked up, and when she saw me now, she starts waving her hands. Oh. I went to the other window and I kind of stood back. I didn't know what she had in her hands, so I kind of stood back. I got bars in the window anyway. So she's telling me she needs to get the bus to go up to Kumasi because her grandmother is sick and on her deathbed. And I'm like, how are you going to get a van going to Kumasi? They don't come from here to go to Kumasi. They're commuter vans, and they stop running. And where you go to get the van to Kumasi is way on the other side of Accra. And you ain't getting there too fast. This place is big. And this is not even Accra. You got to go a long way to get to the city, then now go to the other side. So here you are barefoot, 2:08 in the morning, looking at my window, talking about you wanted money to go there. You don't even know me. Why'd you pick on this house? Because she was casing the joint. She was casing the joint. I know that. Because 2 days later, something happened that let me know. Oh, if I caught them. They couldn't, But when she walked away, I kind of roughed her up. I mean, that's how I think. I'm not disrespectful to women, but I thought that was a setup to go and see if anybody's living in there. Because all the cinder blocks and construction going on. Right? So I put on my WWF voice. What are you doing around here? Don't you know you can be shot? Are you walking up to my window looking inside? Who are you? I bet you have somebody out there waiting. Let me go outside. Let me get my gun. Miss SCURV woke up and said, give me my gun. She jumped down on her knees outside. Please, please. I said, if anybody comes up here after this and you're with them, you tell them. Tell them to come on. Tell them to come on. I never sleep. I'm waiting for them. And I was flaring up my eyes and all this stuff. You know what I mean? No, but I was angry. And I can't really guarantee that I use quiet boy language. Right? But I knew that you don't do that. But when she walked away, Mrs. SCURV stood there by the other window, kind of like looking. And as soon as she walked behind the telephone pole, even though it's dark, it's still lit under the telephone pole, she ain't seeing no more. You ever see that scene in Poltergeist 2? And they had the old guy with the black hat. In Poltergeist 2, they had that little thing that came from under the bed that had no arms, a demon-looking thing. And this old man, what was his name? Trelane? I don't know, forgot what his name was. But he used to walk up real slow. And the Lord is in his holy temple. Earthly thoughts be silent now. He was trying to get in the door. Let me in. Y'all gonna die in there, all of y'all. You remember that? Remember that? And he walked away. And as he walked away, they were still looking at him. And after a while, he just faded out. It was raining, and then the rain stopped. The sun came out, and he faded out. When he petted the dog went crazy. I get around. I love getting around. It's too. Look at that. There's that man, that old white man. Old spooky looking white man. Dressed in black. I had one living in my neighborhood when we first moved out to Queens in September 68. And it was an old white man, looked just like that. Always wore black. And he died, but he was old back then. He was like in his 80s back then in 68. So you know he comes up in that phase of things when the N-word was common for all of us. But I'm always keen to certain things, and these days, being away from so many people, things come to me so easy. And when you're not always rope-a-doping and having to deal with spirits and entities and the hustle and bustle, and I gotta tell you, this is a beautiful breeze out here. You can see behind me, it's just a nice breeze, man. And it makes you like this. You just want and me last night. I woke but I'll tell you one thing. This is to get away. I'm not saying be a hermit or a reclusive person, but this is the reason why we need resorts and getaways and these health resorts and different places where you can be still. We need more of that. So more and more in your world, I can feel the difference because there are things coming up off of me, right? That were on me. I still got a lot of New York City in me. I'm talking about not stress per se, but the toxicity, the layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff. Stuff from Orlando, stuff from working in the prison and jail and driving the bus with the public and the attitudes and having to always. And then when you get away from that, even hearing a cry, I went down into the city earlier today. I'm like, yo, this is crowded, busy down here. There are people who don't know that I left that part and I'm somewhere else. Hey, what's going on? I haven't seen you. You've been traveling? For some of them, I'm like, yeah, man, just got back. I'm not going to really say. You know what I mean? right now, guard yourself, because not only do we have to deal with the people that are vessels for many of the unrighteous entities and spirits around us, but now the truth is going to come out. There's things that are out now. So prepare your mind to see more. Some of us, the more connected we are, we might not see things, but we're going to feel it. And trust your feeling. Because we have to know that there are things out here that we can't depend on the government to prepare us for. But the way I feel we prepare, I'm not saying run to your church, whatever. I'm just saying resonate with the good. Remain as pure, or try to seek more purity. That's a long road for me, but I'm a whole lot better than I was many years ago. And just get out of this world. Be still. There's things I desire, but not really anymore. I don't have a car right now. I can push and get one. But what the hell was that? Well, that's a gnat. Is it an alien? Wow, look at this thing. I ain't gonna pick it up though. Looks like a Mexican jumping bean. It had wings and it just and stopped. I'm like, is it an alien insect? We'll see. I remember I was out here and I yawned and something just flew right in my mouth. I was like, what is this? Perfect timing. But yes, Hope Rice, I'm gonna call you tonight. I've been in La La Land. There's a couple things I gotta do. Let me know. Anybody want to come on in and have anything to say on this topic? You know? Anybody want to say anything? I'll invite you on in. I don't want to be the only one out here. Anybody want to say anything on the topic about things that are out here? Yeah, government bug. For real. For real. See, I told you it's going to get dark. Right now it's 6:24. And I caught the last of the light sky. So when you look at this again, it's going to be much brighter. Then it's going to get dark. Then dark. As I swing that around, you'll see some lights and stuff. And if for some reason there's a power glitch and I go out, that happens sometime. I do pay my light bill, right? But that happens up in the mountains here. Yeah, there's things, that I got to do. You're right, Riri. I'm kind of vibing in the chat room now. There's some insects out here. I'm like, yo, what is that? Get my smartphone and take a picture and send it to my friend Angelo because he knows all about insects. One time I sent him something. He's like, send me another picture because I got to do a visual image research on that. I saw one thing that had wings and had antennas coming out his head and antennas coming out his ass. I'm like, what kind of, what kind of homo insect is that? No, but on a serious note, though, things are going to happen fast this year, whatever it may be. They're talking about this thing that eats up your brain. Y'all know, y'all hear about it. They YouTube, and then they're waiting to get me. Like, go ahead, say it, SCURV, because we can shut you down. I go right to the line, and y'all know what it is. Hope. Oh man, for real. Yes, Africa bound. It is. It really is. But that's what I feel about what these aliens are. They're from a different dimension. It's not just space travel, but they are. It's not just stuff from the other dimensions. There's stuff here, stuff under the ocean. There's a lot of stuff we don't see. Seriously, there's a lot of stuff in this realm we don't see. We're just in the physical right now. And those of us who are elevating, we can see now the next level. It's like when you're in the 4th grade and you're hanging around somebody going home on the bus who's in the 5th grade, and you say, let me look inside your book. And you look, you go, oh my God. And you go back to your friends and say, man, that work in the 5th grade is hard. No, it's not. It's just that when you graduate from the 4th grade, you're already a 5th grader now, but you think that works hard, but you can't go back because you know all the stuff in the 4th grade. Same thing with the physical. You don't wait until you get to the point of transition out of your body to all of a sudden become aware. For some of us, right after birth, we start catching on and seeing and feeling different things, and people think we're weird. sometimes in the middle of our lives, depending on what it is, because if you live to 150 is halfway. If you live into 55 and it's 50, you almost out of here. Then it's the depth of our understanding, right? I think I need to adjust these lights again. I think they're a little too bright. I think so. Since it got darker, I think let me go twist this around a second here. Give you another little look at that banner. Wow. If this, like 2 months from now, I tell you, there'll be more bugs coming after this light. But this is the dry season. And okay, I think this will do it. This might be a little too dim. I don't even know the settings on it. Let's see how it looks. A little better. Looks more normal. I think the other way was brighter. So now I know for the future when I start out, I'll leave it like that, you know. But oh man, let me just stop trying to be cool and sit back. But there's so much for us to absorb, but we need to get away from these distractions and these things that keep us pulled. The decadence on social media is seasoning for the evil entities who want to use us as food. They want to keep us in the decadent place. They want to keep us angry. They want to keep us lustful. They want to keep us jealous and envious. All these things that anchor us down. But if we can keep away from those things, and I'm not saying, look, and like I said, there's a time and place for anything. The Creator gave us sex to enjoy, to procreate. Doesn't mean, oh, no, I can't be horny. No, I'm horny every day. Most of us are. But how do you go about it? We're hungry every day. We want to have something to eat. But do we eat all the bad things that would take us out of here, right? There's so many different sides of these coins, you know? Let me see here. I'm going to share with. Okay, yeah. Hope says the government releasing demonic deities experimented on. Yes. Well, you're making some good comments. CERN was open. They're here now. You're right, African bound. Yep. So I'm not a nut. I'm on to something, right? Because we're all onto something. But a month ago, something was biting everyone. It was a different effect than regular mosquito bites. Bug off and alcohol also sold out in all the drugstores. It was so bad, everybody shook. Wow. You know, I had malaria in 2019 when I came back from my trip here. And I almost left on out of here. Right, Reese? Invasion of the body snatchers. Yeah, so they can feed off the energy. Right. Take the seasoning of lust. Take the seasoning of and shake a little bit of this on it. Let's eat them. We're nasty to them the more pure we are. You know, like white people chicken. White people here, y'all know you don't season your chicken. Yeah. Ain't got no seasoning on it. But black folks, you know. You already know. It's just a fact. You know? Wow. Anyway, I'm going to prepare some other things. It's getting dark. There's a few things I have to do. I'm going to get something to eat. I'm not going to bring everything in. I took all this stuff out just to get this set up right and experiment. We're going to do another one the night before the night's over. I just have a few things I want to do on the back end. And just enjoy this breeze and meditate and just vibe. But it's successful. And we're going to do more out here. I'm going to do the same recordings and different things. But, you know, I want to share this little piece of a visual because there's so much to show that I'll eventually be showing. But we're still under construction and taking my time. No rush. Enjoy the moments that you have. Enjoy the time with your loved ones. Really get into that. Stay in touch with yourself and get to learn yourself more because a lot of us we've lost our connection to ourselves. We really have. We don't even know who we are. I'm like, what is it, an ant? Yeah, well, get out of here. That's one of the ants that get up on you and they will bite you. They'll bite the heck out of you. You'll be like all messed up, scratching. But we've lost ourselves, many of us, in the pursuit of what? Dying with more toys? Is that what it really is all about? He who dies with the most toys wins. I really don't care. Before I came out here, I gave away most of my clothes. Got a couple t-shirts, shorts. I got some nice outfits, but I gave away. You see these commercials, the 2025 Lexus truck. Lance, you worked hard all your life. You deserve one of those. And the debts that come with it, are you crazy? Are you crazy? There's another video I saw that I wanted to share, and it was showing NASA in the parking lot, some parking lot they had off to the side with all these old vehicles. And the person was speaking about, what is it called? EMP, when they give this blast out, somebody, whatever it happens, in all cars and electronics, poof. But NASA is keeping these cars and have carburetors and stuff that you have to get up under the hood to fix. Not anything where you can hook it up diagnostically to a computer and get it. Oh, here's the problem here, whatever. No, none of that. Old school. Because those are the things that will be running. Oh, there's just so much to talk about. Really is. And a lot of us are not thinking. But again, like I say, there's also a lot of stuff to clog your mind up. But when you have that gift of discernment and your mind is a certain way, and you can separate the bull crap from what's real. And sometimes we'll see something that may be packaged in an unrighteous way, but it'll have a shred of truth in it that we should take out, instead of rejecting the whole thing because it's packaged that way. Because it's not always going to be cut and dry. So we really have to walk around with our third eye open. Indigo King, that little reflection in my eye, was that a third eye? I'm just playing. Wow. Yeah, hope. A lot of stuff in Florida. Yeah. Also, too, yeah, Riri, I can't even fathom that CERN machine was built by a human. It's so intricate, I know it's alien technology. There you go. Yes, Hope. They really amped the trails. We see him flying tonight. The next morning, the whole sky's coming. Yep. Okay. There you go. I mean, I'm getting so much information coming at me that I haven't even seen that movie yet, right? But I'm on it like that. I mean, I'm aware of it, but I want to see it and really break it down. But there's so much to do. There's so much to talk about. And I'm up here, and this is all I have to do is, really think and zone out. And I'm telling you, some deep things have been coming to me. You're right. There's nothing new under our sun. There's nothing new under our sun, but a lot of things under the sun that we haven't noticed that have been here before we were born. This didn't just happen now because a few movies come out. The movies are there to prep you for what really is and to make you accept what you see when you see it. But it may not be the reason why, the same way in a movie. I might be sitting up here, I might be doing a live stream out here one night, and all of a sudden, poof! Matter of fact, I need to put my floodlights on. I think that'll make it a little prettier. So I'm going to take a little break, hit the restroom. I was going to sign off, but this is part of my experiment. So for a second, allow me to go and turn on these lights. Turn on the lights. I'll be back, y'all. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, had to put those floods around in the back. But here's a message to a certain particular entity who likes to make noise when I go live. I have noise canceling microphones. Anything within a 3 foot radius or about where those chimes are, I will not hear. So stop wasting your time. Whoever wants to know what that means, I'll tell them afterward. There's nobody here in the chat room. A lot of envy around here. No matter where you go, you can't get away from it, but it is what it is. Let me see the comments here. Let me see. Indigo King said, yes. I was like, wow. When you download a movie, it should have the visual and audio file. And it was 2 extra files. Come to find out, the whole film was strange. Indigo King also says, I don't trust the movies because I feel they're trying to invade our mind with spells. Oh, of course. Trying to get us to accept things that we shouldn't be even considering, Riri says it was really strange that frequency they kept hearing, just the whole setup of the movie. Yeah. And for the Obamas to be down with it, You're right, Green Owl. Too much footage for everything to be fake. Yeah. They're interesting, these to us. They're getting us ready. you know, and I mean, that's what it is. How much? We don't know. You know, we don't know. We'll never know. When things jump off, though, I think what they've been putting in our head is something that makes us run left when we should run right. Here's another thing I heard. This has nothing to do with aliens. I'm going to be speaking about a lot of things, not because I'm running behind every little clip and conspiracy theory, but I do think that a lot of things need to be discussed and dissected. So you will see me do a lot of programs like this and just discussions like this, you know. Yes, Riri says, right, Lance Obama trying to whistleblow for what? Whistleblow or what? Right. That's right. Here's another thing that I heard, and I want to have shows like that. Maybe even later on tonight, we'll talk about some things that are beyond the realm of, you know, the common carnal. But I heard one man say that it's a trap to loop us back into this plane, like a reincarnation type thing, but coming back as something different. That unless we get hip to what happens during transition, that we begin to see our loved ones we haven't seen. I mean, who wouldn't be affected by that? If I see my mother, my father, and deceased loved ones of mine just lined up like they're at the airport for me waiting, like I'm coming off a flight, it's a very powerful thing. Well, this person said that that's not real. I'm not saying that. I'm just throwing this out there for us to have discussions, right? That's not real. And what we should do when we see them in front of us, at the end of that tunnel or whatever way it is to turn our back to them and say, take me home. I want to go home. And that's the way to break the cycle of you going and looping back, not necessarily with your loved ones per se, but you might be in Pakistan somewhere poor. You know what I mean? You won't be black no more. You might be in China as a peasant. You might be in Iran as a ruler eventually, a royal family. Who knows? But they say that you have to have the presence of mind to do that. But then again, that could be a trick, right? You might be, what are you telling to take you home? So this is why on this level, I believe there's enough signs to know that, or to have an idea from fourth grade. I'm just saying fourth grade is what I said earlier before, to know what's up with the fifth grade curriculum. You see? I think so. Let me see this comment. I'm going to put it back again if anybody wants to come in and say something. I'm going to look at a few more comments and I'm going to sign off because I'm getting relaxed. I'm going to get something to eat. Got a couple more things to do. And let me see something. Queen Azuri says, Riri, yes, a brand new Toyota Camry. It's parked and Z will never drive that car again. I'm trying to get it straight. Oh, okay. I think that was in a reaction to what we said about the EMP, you know. And she said, most of these males lately in Cali have been sexual predators towards children. What's up with that? Matthew White, much love. I'm glad you're here. Riri, I tried and couldn't bring myself to watch Us. The first 30 minutes was just sick. It was the scariest movie I've seen since Judgment Day, when the nuke melted everybody's body in the scene. Scary-ish. Wow. And if you notice the movies these days, I mean, we always had movies with aliens and different things, but now it's getting more sinister and getting more believable and real in a way. And because a lot of us are waking up and they're trying to get us to a certain point, it's like a race. We got to hurry up. They're waking up. You know, we got to keep them in the lower desires, but a lot of them are just not going for it. We got to hurry up before the harvest is gone, before everything is ruined. We'll be a spoiled harvest if we wake up and they wouldn't want to have us as food. I believe there's something to that because I heard that before and I said that on the last alien show that I did, that there are aliens that are waiting. It's almost time for us to be ripe. And they're licking their chops like, boy, we're going to eat. These crops are good. But then again, if we transition before that happens, do they see us? Can they have access to our souls? I'm not talking about no mass suicide or I'm going to try to kill myself before. No. I was given life and it's a gift and you got to fight like hell to take mine, no matter how bad things are. But we don't know. But collectively, I think if I have a little piece, that's right, and you have a little piece, that's right, and we all collectively come to the table on a spiritual level, not on some, I think this is what it is, let me just guess and give me my turn, and no. But we will find a common thread through the whole thing to kind of lean toward on what we know is truth. I really feel that. I really think so. I'm going to come back with something right here, out here tonight, along the same lines. Look at that. Wow. Every time I'm about to leave, y'all say something. The tunnels and synagogues could be hiding them as well. But then also, too, look at this. All the little black girls in Washington years ago, all the children missing over the years that they don't find anything. They may find a child somewhere decomposed in a lake or out in the woods, or not to be gory, but this is what it is. Where are these children going? They got underground tunnels, and them people that don't like Kanye West, they're not making a big fuss of it. The media that they own, they're not saying how bad it is, and let's investigate. No, but if it was me that had an underground tunnel that goes on in New York City, they didn't do this by themselves. This is something, they didn't do this by themselves. A lot of people had to A-OK that, and a lot of them knew about it. So why do we come down on them? But you worried about a brother on the corner selling weed, locking them up for all these years. Now, some of them are still locked away, and people who look like them other tunnel diggers are making money off of it legally. Go figure. Why is it that and I'm not crying victim, but we don't say nothing when they cry victim and keep saying it over and over and over and over. When I say something, oh, you're crying about victim. Nah, I ain't no victim. Come and try me. I'm not a victim. I'm getting older. I'd rather be a lover, not a fighter. But you know what? I'm not an easy mark for nobody. You might catch me in 15 years. And even then, I don't know. Victim. Let me go see this here. I drove a rental Camry 2018, and it wasn't automatic, but it had features that when you hit the line, it scoots your car back, or in the cruise control, it would do a almost dead stop, trying to avoid a car. Whoa. It shows us how much control we don't have over our vehicles. You know? Saudi Arabia, the new Cube project. Check it out. Yes, I will, brother. New Tower of Babylon. There's so much, you know. But I'm going to run this time. I'm just glad you all came on in. This was unscheduled, but I will do something later, and it won't be that much later, because right now, for me, it is later. If you're on the East Coast, what is it now? 1:47? Yeah, 1:47. For me, it's 13 minutes to 7, and as you can see behind me, that's why sometimes my shows are not always late. And I'm going to tell you one thing, not right now, but when I want to do a late show, I'm going to get up early in the morning to do so. That way we can still have that late vibe, even if I go back and crash. Just check a few of these messages I have coming in. You know, okay. I got some funny text messages. I got to answer them. Anyway, yeah, we got to have a conversation on the conference line soon. We got to do all these different things. I'm going to touch up. Okay, let me see here. Riri, you got me again. When I see a Riri comment, I got to look at it. You heard about the underground hell ants? That's oil harvest, and melanin is worth more than silver, platinum, and gold, over 300 an ounce, and it's mind-boggling, but it's actually real on the stock market. Ain't there something? But nobody's talking about it. And again, you know, Ricky Ward, I know you're glad you're in this hellhole. Yeah, I'm glad. Nano John, welcome in. And it's not a thing where it's like a nah, because something might jump off over here. Like, yo, I got to come back. But I follow my instincts. And it's allowed me to go and dig deeper. Not so much, you know, but when I look at what's going on in America, not by what they show on the media, because they don't show everything, but I depend on what you all tell me and share with me. And I see it, and I'm like, positioning is very important. And again, it's not for everybody to come here. But there are many people who figure that here is just hungry kids and flies, and, it's not that. You find where you want to live on a scale where you feel comfortable. And here, I have a pleasant ache in my heart, the same way I did growing up in my parents' household. I feel so good. I feel peaceful. The bull crap is gone. Took my trash out. I'm good, y'all. I'm good. But I'm good not to say and get up here and say, I'm good. No. Now I'm stronger to be able to help and do more of what it is that I do. If it can help anybody, that's what I feel I'm put here for. It may not be a social media thing. They may stop the internet and I got to do it somewhere else, but I'm just following my path. And all I know is that, say, for example, like you're on a trip that you don't know exactly where you're going to, but you trust the person who's guiding you, who says, listen, let's just use America as an example. You're in New York City right now. I say, listen, I'm going to guide you where you have to go in New Jersey. I'm going to guide you where you have to go in Pennsylvania. When you get to Jersey, I'll tell you where to go in Pennsylvania. I'll tell you where to go in Chicago, and you make your way all the way to California. Meaning that you trust the guide to guide you in the right direction. And you don't ask, but you know that this move you made is right, but I'm here for a reason. And this move that I'm making is right, but it's for a reason. It feels right, and I know that the next step will be, wherever it may take me, I may not be here ultimately to be in this part of the world. It may be somewhere else, but I'm here because I'm getting close to where I'm supposed to be. But while I'm moving in the direction I'm supposed to be going into, I feel this thing in me that it's right. And Riri, yes, you're right. I'm being polite by saying, the thing is, to each his own. But yeah, I would suggest that. They even had the movie Get Out. They showed you symbolically what that black man was around and what they were doing. And it doesn't mean that you can't get sold out here. You got dirt going on here. Trust and believe. So when people don't see me running up and down and grabbing up with this group, and I got to know who I'm dealing with, because I done had a peek into certain things as, I don't want to be involved with that. You see what I mean? Your spirit picks up on certain things, and there's some evil, and there's some people who are sold out to it. I'm going to say it this way. Just don't think when somebody comes at you and talks about African spirituality, a lot of times that's a cover for the occult. I'm telling you, I'm here. I peep things. There are people that I've known that have sold out to that, and their minds are gone. But when you look at these people, some of them, they had mental illness issues before. They're jumping around. They're seeking. They don't know. The ego talks, and people want to be chiefs and lord over people and control people. I'm a servant. I ain't trying to control nobody. But I'm not going to let a person clog up my mind and my divine mission. My little part that I have to do. I don't think I'm bigger than anybody else. I don't think I'm somebody's prophet. There are people around here talking about they prophets. And what? You can't even get your own life straight? But you would never know that. But you have a lot of deception out here also. And the people who are here are very much deceived on so many different levels, so many different levels. Wow. Ooh, I got so much to talk about. These bugs love me. What is this over here? Another ant? Is that a sign for something? I don't know, but I'm out here. And I got this bright light on, and I'm attracting all kind of things. The same way when you have a bright light emanating from your being, you have dark creatures who get attracted to that because they're attracted because they want to snuff it out because that's their mission. If you are out there doing the dark things, and don't come at me, why are you going to say it's dark? Why don't you say it's white? But come on, you know what I'm talking about. Those other things that are dark don't bother you. But when you shine a light and you have it, and they can see your intentions, they can see your heart, they must destroy it. If it happens on a human level, of course it's going to happen on the higher levels that are mysterious to us, that are alien and demonic. Because these are the little tests that we have in this life. But what about the bigger tests? Can y'all hear them chimes? Them chimes are loud. Yeah, Riri, you attract those things. Yeah. Yes, Riri. Yes, indeed. This experience. Oh man, I don't have a book or a course I went through. This is just hands-on human nature and beyond. You see, hands-on human nature. You know. Yes, jewel love. All is well and beautiful believes amongst our distant relatives. Yes, it's the same as it is here in West Africa. But we're one people. No matter where we are on the planet, we're one. When you have that spiritual vibration with the real people, not the talkers who just want to talk and get hits and be popular and nah. This don't matter, y'all. This is just a vehicle to communicate. But really and truly, the real connection. You can have 1 million followers on YouTube and social media and people who clap their hands and say, oh my God, you're a prophet. You talk so good. And you don't even know these people. They don't even give a damn about you. I'm not saying y'all, but just overall. You see? I want the real people. I want the real connection. I want the real connection where I say, I know you and you're in trouble. You can come here with me. Or I know if I'm an American, I get in trouble. Hey, I bunk out by you for 2 weeks before I'm out, or a week or whatever. We got to have our own spiritual underground railroad. That's what it's going to come to. But who are the real builders? Who are the ones who are really doing? Not because I built this house. No. It's building the connection. House can be built and house can be torn down. This is our house for now, but we're going to be out of our bodies. So when I'm out of this body, this house won't mean anything that houses this body inside to keep me from the elements. There's levels to this thing. But we are so screwed up. And yes, jewel love, 8 years and counting. September here will be 4 years for me. We're already in 2024, so September will be 4 years. I left on September 15th, 2020. And we left from Atlanta. We left from Orlando to Atlanta, head over to the Netherlands, then to Accra. And I'm looking back, I'm looking down, saying, I can't believe this. America's getting smaller and smaller. Will I ever come back? Right? Yes. Yes, Marvin. That's what I hear all night. I hear that chime. Let me get a whole bunch of them too. It's so relaxing. You know, you laying in the bed, you just feel post-orgasmic. You're just laying there. You wake up. Ding, 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 ding. Even right now, it's 6:57. Really and truly, in my new schedule soon, this is bedtime for me. Get up at 3. Get up at 3:30. Most times, naturally, unless I push it to stay up, because I get caught up in my work. I've been getting up like from 2 weeks ago. Was the last bit of it. I was getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning. 4 o'clock, being like this, doing stuff, pulling stuff, watering plants and doing, you know, by the time the sun comes up, I'm like, where were you? You know what I mean? I want to hang out with the sun. I want to get up with the sun. I want to get up before the sun and go to bed just after and be there to greet it. There's bugs bouncing around and I don't know, you know, I'm all with the motherland, but I still have to, you know, acclimate to certain things jumping on me, right? Wow, Africa bound, Tanzania, November 2020. Oh boy, I'm not one to really see my future plans, but life is wonderful, and no matter what chronological age you are, there's so much to look forward to, and you don't let anybody kill your spirit. You might get stunned, you might get knocked down for a little bit, but when you're destined to come up, and the Creator gave you these talents, boy, I keep forgetting I got a broken pinky. You see that? Look at that. Wow. I keep forgetting. I got to re-break this again, but you know, comes in handy when you're digging out peanut butter out the jaw. Anyway, this time I'm going to go. Riri, don't make no good comment and keep me here. I love being with y'all, though. I'm just making jokes. We'll be back in a little while. Been on here for an hour and 14 minutes. I got a few things to do. I'm not going to say pray like the way they say pray, but I want to just be still on something. A lot of things come to me, and a lot of times I ask, and it may not come to me right away, But I cut these lights out. I spin this chair around, go up against the wall, and just look out over. And this is, let me see something here. Let me see something here. We could turn a little bit. It's just so much, y'all. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. I have different angles sometimes. But those are the hill on the other side. We're a hill on top of a mountain. It goes down and comes up. But sometimes when I look out the window when I'm laying in the bed, it looks like New York City sky. You see lights and stuff, you know. One time I freaked out. I woke up. I thought I saw buildings, and it wasn't that. I got to charge this phone up. But yeah, I like this style. I like this way. I'm still going to do my recordings, little short uploads and stuff like that, and be efficient. But always make sure to go to LANCESCURV.com and leave as many comments and stuff there, because those comments on my blog won't be removed. And there'll be things I'm going to put up there that you won't see anywhere else, that they won't allow me to put up anywhere else. I figured it out. I'm going to put that content, nothing lewd, but stuff that's pushing it, not even on Rumble, but I'm going to put stuff on OnlyFans. Not for the obvious like that, but for stuff that they don't care what you put up. See what I mean? You got to strategize. So I'm going to embed some things on that we can really get down and talk. And I think we can go live on that. I got to see how it works. I set it up to a point. I'm going to get several of those and place those on the site. So there'll be times when I say, hey, listen, we got something going up on the site that you might want to see, right? And it'll be there. It's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Let me see here. Miss D Nice, we got to do something, Miss D Nice. Cleveland in the house. There's a lot going on. They unleashed the portal of demonic forces from CERN. Yes, we just said it earlier, and you know it. Wise woman, much love to you. I gotta have you. Matter of fact, D Nice, you can say a few words right now. Just click the link. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Beautiful face you have, but you know, I'm gonna send this out one more time. All right, that's Miss D Nice. We've been planning to talk on some things for a while. I don't know if you can come in. I don't know if you're at work or commuting, or where you can't come in. Just let me know. Just come in for a few minutes and say something. I've been ever since we connected in Cleveland. I wanted to get you on. You're a wise woman. Okay, yeah. If not, that's okay. If not, that's okay. I'll give it a few seconds. Right? Because I'm chill. I have something to eat. I might come out here and lay out like a drunk. Wow. Let me see here. Riri. I said the same thing. Let's got to get used to. Yeah, get used to it. Get used to it. Get used to it. You know? Yes, Nana John. Always. And just understand that I would share more. Yeah, thanks for your words with me. But yeah, thank you, Jewel Love. Enjoy your stay out in Belize. Like, I have to say it this way. I've been through a lot on social media, a lot of deception, a lot of people who would just come into your life to just bring you down or run their mouth or tell lies or what. I don't know what it is, right? So I wish, and this is why personally with the people I know that I can trust, I'll share. But this is why I don't really share across platforms. I don't know who's watching. I'm good with y'all. But out of the 62 people who are watching this right now, you think they all love me? They just, damn it, he got that far. I had a straight up enemy call me who used to work with me along on this a couple years ago, who tried to take down my site, had my site taken down. Thought they were cool with me. Not to focus on the negative, but I let them come on. They said, oh, you know, I said, listen, you can go on my server. Here's the passcodes. You don't have to give me nothing. Then they tried to kill the site and did. But we had something for them. We put it right back up. I ain't stupid. They had nerve to call me last year, asking about something. I said, you calling me? You know what they said? Well, I'm not calling you as a friend. Damn, really? I'm stupid? Nah. So I have no problem. I don't bring drama because the evil forces want chaos and drama. I've talked to a few of you personally, right? But we're going to keep it going up. We're going to keep the vibration going up. And I guess this is why I've been preserved to this point through all I've been through, because it has not been easy, y'all. Riri, you know a few things there, not to call you out, Oh, the mic is nutty. I got all kind of mics. I said I'm going to use this one because I know I want to hold it and get a longer cord. I'll start walking around. You know what I mean? The daytime, if I do something, I'm not leaving for a week. I'm staying in for a week. I got things to go in deep. I'm not leaving here for a week. What I do is touch and go. Get what I need to come back. Just nobody outside is going to see me for a week. I'm just going to rest, meditate. I'm going to do the shows and everything. I don't mind that. But when this is all cut off, hear them chimes? See that view all around? That's all. And sit. And when you're in that place of being still, these are not the only ears you have, You begin to hear the thoughts of others, good and bad. This is why you have radar when they try to throw that one punch and you duck it before they even finish throwing it, because you're 10 steps ahead of them. And you could be knocked down by circumstances so much that you have no choice but to get up. But when you come up, you have a strength about you and awareness about you that the enemy knows that you have. And when they're away from you, they can do this. But when you see them, they know that you can look through their soul, look at them and read them like a cheap novel. And the only way I can have that is not to cut off, because if any of you call me, if I'm busy, I'll call you back or whatever. You leave a voicemail, whatever have you, I might just pick it up if I see it and I'm there. But I'm going into the innerverse. I'm not saying this stuff just to sound fancy. There's no book. Well, what book did you read to learn this stuff? No, these are things that are innate. What makes a caterpillar go in the cocoon? Does a caterpillar really know? I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for a reason. I'm not going to say something called me to do this. I'm not more important than you. We're all corn in the bag of popcorn. I'm just happy to be popping now. There are people who popped at 15 years old, popped 85, popped at 32. Before you pull that bag out the microwave, you want to make sure that your corn popped and you're ready. So this is what I'm told. And I'm more at peace and more centered, and I'm stronger than I've ever been before. And I don't mean just physically. I mean here and here. These things are not going to break me. Things I've been through will not break me. And when people try to break you and they see you coming up, it's almost like they see a ghost, because you are supposed to be crushed by what I set in motion. How dare you think of yourself that way? That if somebody's chosen for something, that you're going to be crushed. All of you who are here and listening are chosen for something great in the world, or maybe hidden from the world. Meaning that some of us will have our name up in lights. I don't need it. Some of us will toil behind the scenes and do something very crucial for the world in an unseen manner. But nonetheless, we all are chosen for something great as we fit in that mosaic of positivity and ascension. And there is no narcissistic demon out of hell who thinks, and I'm not saying this on an egotistical level, who thinks they have the capability to destroy me and what I'm supposed to do. Now, if I'm not here, what I'm supposed to do is going to get done by somebody else. But as long as you're here and I'm here and we have our mission, you're wasting your time trying to stop it. You might knock it down for 2 years or a year and a half. But I'm going to keep coming up. If I don't come up there, I'll shift the move and come up here. Who would have thought 5 years ago or 6 years ago that I'll be here on a balcony that didn't even exist, that came out of my mind? as well as the rest of this. Not to glorify in concrete and steel beams and windows and roof and doors. No. But that's part of the mission also. I got to be somewhere. And long ago, when I saw those entities and those energies and even came here with some of the energies and entities that were going to bring me or trying to bring me down. You can't do it. I'm going to outlast you. I'm going to beat you. And I'm going to be the winner. Not me, but what's inside of me that has nothing to do with me. So I say me because it's in me now. But just like the Harlem Globetrotters, what did I just say? Globetrotters. I might take the ball and throw it over to Indigo King, and he'd take it, and he got the mission now. And he tossed it over to Riri. You see what I mean? Chance Rogers, Green Owl. It's not me. I got the ball right now for what I have to do. So don't ever misconstrue my words and think that he getting all egotistic. You talking about me and defeating me? No, it ain't me. I'm too small. I'm too stupid. I'm nothing compared. I know I'm something, but I mean, just like, that's the thing with this YouTube, social media, internet game, y'all. Too many people get a little bit of attention, a little bit of this, and it makes them crazy. That's the only way you're going to last in this thing. And people can front like, oh, you're some humble up. And they raging. I'm 60 years old, y'all. I'm not 20 anymore. And I had sense on certain levels when I was 20. 20 years from now, I'm 80. Why would I feed into this thing on some ego? What is it going to do for me? I'm vibing with the people who are here. There's certain things come to me that I want to share, whether people want to, like I said, whether they want to give me 1 million hits, or I think I'm going to be the first person to get negative 200 on the video. Hits are down, but is that stopping me? Because it's not about that. It's pouring out what's in you, that if one person can get something that came through me, not me, like I'm the one who puts myself up here to be some damn prophet. Sorry, my ass stink like anybody else. Not to be funny. I'm just saying, I keep it clean, but I'm just like everybody else. I wake up in the morning time. Damn, what is this in my eye? Good morning. Man, your breath is humming. Better brush them teeth and wash that mouth. Like anybody else. Me knowing those things keep me where I'm supposed to be. I ain't saying nothing up here tonight that would make you think I'm some megalomaniac, right? It's yeah, Riri, they can't stand the light. The light is shining on their darkness and it kills them. Yeah. Okay, let me see, Green, out what he said, because this light is getting to me now. Hey, Lance, what I've been biting off you is righteous. Me, so yeah, I don't know. I always say that word. I love that word. I love that word. I love it. Righteous intentions. Because even when I say things off the market, I do say some crazy things like out of nowhere. He said he's out there hearing the child is feeling post-orgasmic. Well, what's wrong with talking about orgasm? It's a beautiful thing. It's a gift. You know, we can go the decadent way. That's not what we want. We don't want to be food for the aliens. You know, want to keep things higher. But those of us who are committed to doing the right thing, for the most part. Look, you flip me off on the road, make me almost run off the road. I try to be a righteous individual, but there have been times I've done this to people. Doesn't mean I'm bad. I get mad too. I try not to. I don't get mad up here. But them chimes keep you feeling good. That's an extended oral orgasm. Oral, your A-U-R-A-L, where you hear it. Those sound bite me. Those are good too. But it's a beautiful thing. And I just want to share that piece with everybody. Just have you hang out with me. I enjoy this. I'm going to go now for real, y'all. I'm going to come back. I am not going to move this computer and this and quit. Y'all can't see it, but all these wires and I got to come back for another one before I bring it in. And when I'm tired later on, it's going to be hell bringing it. Let me disconnect this stuff. Right. But I'll be back. And I'm just loving the breeze. And I'm glad you're here with me. All I want to say is that, you know, I can do it live now. Salute to my brothers and much love to my sisters. If you're not a brother and you're not a sister, I don't know what you are. I can't deal with you. I don't get down that way. I'm old school. Man and woman. That's all there is. They might flag this video just for that. Anyway, much love to you all. LANCESCURV out, and I will see you maybe another 2 hours. I'm not going to stay out too late. Another 2 hours. But I'll see you then. Much love. Now let me wrap this down. Peace.
Hello, this is Martha. Actually, today I got to meet my friend Lance. Yes, I got to meet my friend Lance. This is my first time meeting him in person, and he's a very kind man, seriously. I do talk with him on phone, on WhatsApp, but I've never got to meet him. But today, he's just extraordinary. He's very, anything you want to know about life, anything you want to know about just human, anything you want to know about life, please. YouTube, Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, all the social media channels, you got to find him there. He's very inspiring. He's very positive. If you want anything positive about life, please subscribe to LANCESCURV. And then every day you got to see different videos, different talks, different topics about life. See you.